Well, thank you for that. Give it up for Karina for her intro. Thank you, Karina. Well, I'll get started. Here we are in second quarter. It's April 2026. My name is Scott Topper. I'm a three-time Emmy-nominated TV show host. I love improv. I love teaching communication. I was on a show called Hypnotalk on E! Entertainment. I don't know if you ever saw that show. I performed improv at the Groundlings, and I've been doing this like we're doing now virtually for, I guess, 7-8 years now. Anybody ever see the movie? Let's see. How about if we talk about? Well, I played Night Guard Scott, and there's this movie called Night at the Museum. Is it anybody ever seen Night at the Museum? Oh, Ishan. Hey, Ishan. So can you share with us what Night at the Museum is all about?
More complicated than he was expecting. Got Robin Williams in there too, which is always a
I
treat.
love Robin Williams. Isn't he amazing? He was just amazing. Well,
Yeah.
today we're going to do some improv games. I'm going to share with you. We're going to learn about communication in the workplace. Has anybody ever seen Whose Line Is It Anyway TV show? Whose Line? Okay, Ishan, I'll go back to you. What's that all about?
Oh, well, I think the team needs to spend some time watching TV this weekend. But yeah, Who's Line? It's an improv. I think there were three or four really famous. I'm gonna forget their last names, but Ryan, Colin, a couple more. Wayne Brady, just really good improv. They would make up songs on the spot, like make up stories and skits on the spot. Really funny. Would
Oh,
definitely recommend.
hilarious.
Goes
Hilarious.
back like 30 years at this point, 40
Oh
years.
yeah, it's still going actually. And so I live in Santa Barbara, California, and they actually have a show that travels around. And it came to Santa Barbara last year, and I took my 85-year-old mom, and she was howling. So that's always a good sign. Well, some of the characters that maybe you saw on Saturday Night Live or some shows, some are like Dr. Evil or like Elvira, maybe Pee Wee Herman, that guy who used to dress up and go, oh, or Borat, or maybe Wayne's World. Maybe you saw that. So everybody take your pinky like this and go like this. Turn on your audio. So if your audio is off, if you can put it on for me. This whole next hour, I need to have your audio on unless you have like a baby crying or if there's a dog barking. It's very interactive what we're going to be doing the next hour. So you take your pinky like this, you kind of go like this, and you say, I'm Dr. Evil. Ready, go.
I'm Dr. Evil.
Very good. That was good. So yeah, like creating a character is basically being someone other than Abby, being someone, let's say, better, different than Lucas. So you're creating a character that has its own emotion. Um, so that's kind of what we're going to kind of dig into today. Has anybody ever performed in any theater or improv before? Nobody? Oh, Ishan. Yes, of course. Where did you perform at?
Oh no, not professionally. Sorry. I feel like I oversold myself when you asked where did you perform. But
That's cool. That's cool. So let's talk about the benefits of improv, right, in the workplace. So it really helps you for like crucial peak performance processes, for success in work, also in life, of course. It's great for professional growth reasons. You learn how to get outside of your head. You get to be in the moment a lot. What's really great also is it helps you to connect, to engage with other people, to become more dynamic. Improv also is a lot about listening. So much of what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to say something to Abby. Abby's going to say something to Brian. Brian's going to say something, and we're going to kind of bing around the screen. Today, I'm also going to give you permission to fail, meaning we're going to try some stuff. We're going to have some fun. If you want to pass, you can just say, hey, Scott, I passed. No big deal. Some of the other benefits, it helps you to become more confident when you're presenting. Sometimes you have like a video web conferencing series. If you're doing a PowerPoint presentation, sometimes I help people with sales summits or any kind of like screen sharing online. It helps you to have a more commanding presence over an audience. If you have to lead a meeting, deliver like a pitch, or if you're having a pitch meeting, or give a confident presentation. So those are some of the benefits of doing improv. So right now, what I'm going to ask you guys to do, I'm standing up. I'm not sitting down. If it's possible to take the next 30 seconds and stand up, see if you can stand up, maybe adjust your camera, because what happens is if you're sitting down for the next 40 minutes, all the energy kind of goes out. So it looks like maybe Abby's sitting down, or if you guys are sitting down, if it's possible to stand up, that would be totally awesome. So what I want you to do is stand comfortably. You're going to have your knees unlocked, and you're going to have your shoulders nice and relaxed as we're standing up. And we're going to do something really hard. Lucas, are you ready for something really hard? Okay, we're going to do this thing, Lucas, called breathing. Are you ready for that? Okay. Okay, we're gonna breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth, and in through our nose and out through our mouth. And then we're gonna try something called visualizing. Has anybody ever visualized anything before? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, well, if you've never visualized anything, maybe you visualize yourself like getting a job at Uber, or maybe you visualize yourself, I don't know, having a child. Or maybe you visualize yourself making more money or doing some exercise. So that's kind of like what visualization is. So I want you to take your fingers like this. You're going to hold it up like this. And you're going to say, I will control the butterflies and begin to visualize. Ready, go.
Butterflies.
Good. Now take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Now I want you to keep your fingers pressed together, and you're going to say, I am confident. Ready, go.
I am confident.
Nice. So why are we doing this? Well, because you have to visualize yourself in a positive space. You have to take the time to be calm, because sometimes when you're doing improv, you're in front of like 50 people or 5,000 people, and you want to take deep breaths and breathe. The other thing we like to do before I do any shows, I vocalize. So a vocalization exercise might be something like me saying like, ma. So you guys all say, ma. Ready, go.
Ma.
Another one might be the word pa. So ready, I'll try. I'll go first. Pa. And you guys go.
Ah.
Awesome. Remember we were talking about characters, and we're talking about, you know, all the different types of characters sometimes improvisers create. One might be a guy named Elvis. Anybody ever know an Elvis song? Anyone know Elvis? No one? No one knows Elvis? Wow, I guess I'm dating myself. How about Dua Lipa? Anybody know Dua Lipa? Okay. Is that Ella? Ella, name a song by Dua Lipa.
I forgot the song name, but Levitating.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
How about a song by Roy Orbison? Anybody know that? Where's Katie when I need her? Yeah. All right, so let's try that. So everybody take your fingers like this. We're going to pretend like we're Elvis, and we're going to have Elvis singing Pretty Woman. So ready? We're going to move our fingers like this. Everybody wiggle your lips, and everybody say Pretty Woman walking down the street. Let me hear you guys.
Pretty woman.
Walking down the street.
All right, good job, good job. So that's what happens in improv. Sometimes we'll get a suggestion from the audience, and immediately we have to jump into it, because if you let it go, then you do this thing called whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Everybody say whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, what that means is sometimes after you do an improv exercise, you just gotta let it go. Does anybody like ice cream here? Any ice cream eaters? All right. Yeah, Ella's like, yeah. Ella, what's your favorite kind of ice cream?
Mint and chocolate.
Ooh, well, guess what we're going to do now? We're going to play a little game where I'm going to pretend to virtually hand you some ice cream, and this is called Creating the Where. Everybody say, Creating the Where. Go.
Creating the where.
And what that means is, like, as an improviser, we're never just standing there, blah, 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 blah. We're creating the where. So, like, if the audience says, hey, Ella's going to be eating some ice cream, I'm going to have this little cup right here. Do you see my cup? What color is this cup, Ella?
Blue one.
Yeah, it's a blue cup. I got this little ice cream machine right here. Oh, there we go. And then I'm going to hand you virtually, Ella, some ice cream. You're going to create the where. I have a little spoon. I got a spoon. There it is.
Thank you.
And we're all going to watch Ella eat some ice cream. Ready, go, Ella. Create that where.
Wow, tastes so good, like paradise. Anyone else want to try?
Yeah. All right, we'll give it up for Ella for going first. Always brave, always brave. Katie, would you like to try some ice cream, Katie? Awesome. What kind of ice cream do you want? Rocky Road. Is it okay if I give it to you in a cone because I just ran out of cups? Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, of course it is. Hold on, let me. I have my waffle machine right here. There we go. Good. All right. There you go. Here's a cone for you. All right. Now we're gonna watch you enjoy some ice cream. You're creating the wear. So hot out. Everything's melting. All right. Give it up. Give it up for Katie. Way to go, Katie. And then is it Lina Wang? Am I saying that right? Lina?
Yeah, that's correct.
What's up? Okay, Lina, here's the deal. What kind of ice cream do you like?
Chocolate?
Yes. Guess what? I just got 30 gallons of chocolate in this morning. Hold on a sec. It's kind of heavy. Oh, woo! See if you can get this. Grab that, Lina. Grab this.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
so
big
heavy.
barrel. It's a lot of ice cream. Now put that down and hold on. I got this huge spoon. Hold on a second. Whoa! Woo! All right, there's a huge spoon. Now we're gonna watch you take that spoon. You're gonna dig it into the ice cream and see if you can eat some of that and create the wear. All right, give it up for Lina. Good job. So that's called creating the wear. I still need to warm you guys up a little bit more. So we're going to do this thing called a ceiling reach. So I want you to stand with your legs like shoulder width apart, your feet kind of straight forward. I'm staring straight at the camera. We're going to do that again, this really hard thing, Lucas, called breathing. We're going to breathe in through our nose, out through our mouth. Now take your hands up in the air, wave them up like you just don't care. We're going to kind of lean over to one side. That's good. We're going to lean over to the other side because it's Friday, 2026. Yeah. Now you're going to take your hands, you're going to put them down by your side, and everybody say whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Whoosh.
Yeah, so it's important. Sometimes you go on a stage and you're a little nervous, so sometimes this kind of gets the jitters out. Let's talk about music. Anybody love music besides me?
Yeah,
Cool.
we all love music.
Good. All right, good. So what we're going to do now is I want you to think about a song that gives you an emotional trigger, kind of an emotional trigger of empowerment. So it helps you to remain relaxed and energized maybe it's a song that you work out to. Maybe it's a song that you just love hearing a lot. So I'm from Philadelphia. I love Rocky, so I love that song "Gonna Fly Now." Bum bum ba-da-dum ba-da-dum ba-da-dum. So I always hear that song every time I'm about to start a show or go live. My biggest show was like 10,000 people. I'm like, how's everybody doing? And right before I went out, I hear dum bum ba-da-dum ba-da-dum. Nobody else hears it. It's just the song in my head. So I want you guys, each of you, to think of a song that makes you inspired, makes you energized, and makes you focused. And we're going to start with Brian. Brian, what would be your song? Yeah, man, you can think about it, sure. How about Abby? Abby, do you have a song?
There's nothing come to my mind. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever heard a song called Uptown Funk? Uptown Funk You Up. Did you ever hear that song?
No.
No? Okay. All right, well, we'll come back to you. Is it Chen Hu? Chen Hu? You got a song?
I'm here. So all of the songs that I listen to are pretty sad. I'm trying to look through my music list. That's why I never listen to music when I'm working.
Well, think of it doesn't have to be a sad song. It could be something that's motivational, maybe something if you work out or if you ride a bike or if you put ear pods in when you're doing the dishes, something that fires you up. But we can come back to you if you want.
yeah, nice.
All right. Ishan, what's your song?
For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica.
Yeah, nice. Marcus, what's your song? I like to move it. Yeah. That's from a kid's movie, isn't it? Madagascar. I have an 11-year-old, and all we had to hear is "I like to move it, move it." This could also be my Donald Trump. I like to move it. All right, Lina, what's your song gonna be?
I'm also trying to scan through my Spotify list. But one thing that I really like when I was young is called Top of the World from Carpenters. I don't know if anyone have heard about this song.
It goes like this. I'm on the top of the world looking down
Yeah,
on
exactly.
creation. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be your song. So again, we're just playing a game. We're gonna play a game. That's why I'm trying to get you guys to come up with a song. Bingja Zoo. What's your song gonna be? Sweet. Okay. Lucas, what's your song?
I think would be Burn the Ships from Blacktop Mojo.
Nice. And it's gonna be a song you can hum or sing, or if you're stuck for a song, there's a song called Happy Birthday to You. You could even go there, or a nursery rhyme. Again, it's an exercise we're gonna be playing. João Pedro, what's your song? Okay. Cool. And Ella, what's your song? Oh, Ella, you there?
Sorry.
That's okay.
I stuck my earphone. No, sorry. Could you repeat your question?
Oh, so we're trying to find a song that makes you like inspired
Ah.
or energized or focused. So if there's just like one song, what might that be?
Maybe right now your mood is unstoppable. Unstoppable today.
Yeah, that's a great song. All right, thank you. And Paula, what's your song?
Never Say Never, Justin Bieber.
Oh, sweet. Okay. And Annika, what's your song? Oh, yeah. You know what? I play those on my radio show every day. They're great songs. Yeah. Katie, do you have a song?
Yeah, Love on Top by Beyonce.
God, that's a great song.
Mhm.
That's like when I'm doing like live events, that's like a great opener because it just fires everybody up. Cool. All right, well, give yourselves a big round of applause. You guys came up with motivational songs. And now I'm going to jump back to Brian. Brian, did you come up with one? Sweet. Okay, cool. All right. So, question for you guys: has anyone ever been to a thing called a silent disco? Anybody ever go to a silent disco? Katie's been to Ishan's been to a silent disco. Katie, can you share with us what is a silent disco?
Yeah, it's a big room and everyone's wearing headphones, and you can chime in to one of like 3 or 4 different stations, and everyone's dancing and grooving to whatever type of music they want. But if you take your headphones off, it's a very silent room.
And it's freaky, isn't it? It becomes freaky. You're like, how come nobody? You see everybody going, and then all of a sudden you look around, and you're like, is anyone else hearing that? All right,
They're
well,
all
guess
in their
what?
own moods.
Give it up for Katie. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. So here's what we're going to do, guys. We're all going to go to a silent disco right now. So everybody reach up, grab your headphones. I see mine right there. You should see yours, Ishan. I'm not sure if you see yours, Lucas, but they're right there. And you just bring them down, and you're going to hold your hands out like this. And then what we're going to do is for 1 minute, I want everyone to keep your arms out like this. And what we're going to do is you're going to hum or sing your song that fires you up, the song you just told me. You're going to hum it or sing it, because in improv, we have a thing called if you can't sing, sing louder. So that means get even louder if you can. You're going to hum, sing, dance around for 1 minute because you're going to a silent disco. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. And you got to put your audio on. You got to put your audio on. I got to hear you. Got to hear you. Everybody get your audio on. All right, everybody. Good job. Good job. We're going to take our headphones off. We're going to put them back on the hook right there. Everybody sees the hook. You're going to put that on there. And I want everyone to go whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, I love that, Jose. What is it? Jose is in a coffee shop. How fun is that? All right. So guess what, guys? I have a ball in my hand. What color is this ball?
Yellow.
I heard yellow. So I'm going to look around my screen and I'm just going to throw the ball. I'm going to call out somebody's name. You catch the ball. You look around your screen and call out somebody's name and throw them the ball until it comes back to me. So let's just try that. So I've got this yellow ball. I'm looking around my screen. I'm just going to go, Brian.
Hey, Paulo.
Wow, that was hard. Marcus, here you go.
Oh man. A little lower, please. Ella.
Don't miss it to Chen.
Oh, ouch. I messed up. Okay, I'll swap the ball. Now it's a blue one. I'm going to throw it to Lena.
Oh, got it. Binchi.
Katie.
Oh, you got to get your audio. Put on your audio key.
Joao.
Got it. It's a circle now, right? Who haven't got the ball? I'll throw back to Scott.
Oop, I got it back to Karina. Woo!
Got it. Back to Scott.
Ooh, all right, I got it, guys. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to kick it. And everybody go whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
All right, good. Good job. Good job. All right, now we're going to talk a little bit more about characters. So we were talking about characters. So how do you create a character? So remember we were saying that you're not really just you when you create a character. So sometimes I think about Halloween. Like I'm a big kid, so I just love Halloween where you dress up in costumes and sometimes you're a fire person or sometimes you're the male person or whatever. So let's say we're about to do a show and we're all on stage and I'm backstage and let's say Lucas is the host or along with Paulo and they're out there and they're like, all right, we need a suggestion. And they say, okay, a suggestion of a character. And maybe someone says a pirate. And then Lucas says, that's right. All right, Scott's going to come out and be a pirate. And then I would say something like, well, what kind of pirate? And maybe it's like an angry pirate. So automatically my face changes. And then we use our voice. We use our body. That's why I had you guys warm up a little bit because performing, listening, it's all very active. It's not very passive, just sitting in a chair with a phone, an iPhone on your head. So the physicality of a character, maybe this guy's been on a ship for a long time. Maybe he's kind of crooked. In my mind, maybe he's got like a hook and he's an angry pirate. So I'm going to kind of step back and I'm going to kind of make my way to the camera. And I'm going to say, "Arr, my name is Scott." So what I want you guys to do is create this angry pirate, step back a little bit, do the hook, walk towards the camera and say, "My name is," as an angry pirate, but then say your own name. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Marcus.
My name is Abby.
My name is Ethan.
My name is.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Who else wants to volunteer to kind of create a Halloween character? Anybody want to try one? Anybody feeling bold? Katie, are you feeling bold?
Sure.
Oh, good. All right.
I'm a witch. I've got a big hat on. I got a green nose. And I'm looking at Bing-Chi and I'm saying, "I'll get you, my pretty, or your little dog too."
All right. So we're all going to say, "I'll get you, my pretty," and your little dog too is a witch. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
I'll get you, my pretty.
Your
little dog too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, guys. Now we're going to play a game. It's called Whoosh Bang Pow. Everybody say whoosh.
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 Everybody say bang.
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 Everybody say pow.
Ow. Ow.
All right, what do you think the name of this game is called?
Whoosh, bang, pow.
Pow.
I know it's a complicated game. All right, so here's how it works. I've got this ball in my hand. What color is this ball?
Black.
Green.
Oh, I heard black. So, all right, it's a black ball. So I look around my screen. I can only say either the word whoosh, bang, or pow. Doesn't matter which word, but you can only say whoosh, bang, or pow. So when I throw the ball, I say the word whoosh, bang, or pow. And then when you catch the ball, you say whoosh, bang, or pow. You look around your screen, you throw it. So we're kind of building on that last game that we played. So I got a ball. I'm going to look around. I'm going to say, Paulo, whoosh.
Bang. That.
Yep.
And
throw it.
Marcus. Whoosh.
Yeah.
I think Marcus.
Marcus is frozen.
Marcus is frozen in time.
How?
Let's go to Lena. Whoosh.
Ella, pow.
Whoosh. 医生 Pow.
Oh, bang. Brian, pow.
Ben, Lena, whoosh.
Bang. 医生
Pow. Oh. Binchy bang.
Ben, Abby, whoosh.
Ben, Isha, whoosh.
Whoosh. Anakat, pow.
Whoosh. Brian. It's Brian. Pow.
Pow. Lucas, pow.
Bang. João, whoosh.
Oh,
Pow.
Go ahead,
Who?
Katie.
Pow. Annika, pow.
Bang. Lucas. Whoosh. You're in the mood.
Oh, unmute.
Anakat, bang.
Pow! I got the ball, guys. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna kick it. Everybody say whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Whoosh.
Awesome. You guys doing okay so far? This isn't too crazy. We're doing all right. Okay. Thanks for playing along.
Great.
So here's the deal. So let's dig a little deeper because this whole thing that we're doing today is about slowly learning over time. So improv rules. So like every game you've ever played has some rules. So some of the rules, if you remember some of them, great. The number one rule is called yes and. Everybody say yes and.
yes.
Yes.
and.
Okay, what that basically means is if I say, Abby, here is a yellow pencil, Abby would never say, no, it's not, it's a banana, because then it just blows the whole thing. So in improv, Abby would say, yes, that is a yellow pen. So you always repeat back what the other person says, and you always accept what the other person says, because what happens is if you say no in improv, it just, everything goes down the toilet. It's really bad. So you're always saying yes and. So everybody say yes and.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
and.
and.
That's it.
Yeah, if you remember anything from today, yes and would be huge. The other thing is make the information important. So like what somebody says to you, make it really important. You never want to deny it. You want to commit to the character. So we were just playing characters before. When you commit to like being a pirate, you want to be, or if you're a witch, you really want to commit to it. You want to make eye contact. So if we were together in a room, we'd all be kind of looking at each other's eyes in a big circle. Here we're using the camera. We always establish a relationship. So you always, I always pretend like I've known somebody for like 10 years and I know their mom, I know their dad, I know where they live. It's also good to play opposites. Like sometimes a character can be very snooty and above it all, or maybe somebody's very shy and very quiet and very weak. That's always fun on stage. You always want to help each other out. You never want to argue and fight because there's nothing worse than arguing and fighting. You want to be positive. You want to be kind. We do a thing called give and take. So give and take, basically what that means is just like we were throwing the ball around and we were bouncing to each other, I say something to Lena, Lena says something to Katie, Katie says something to Marcus. You're kind of boop, 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 you're going back and forth. You're not, have you ever met somebody who just talks for like 20 minutes? You're at the supermarket and you can't get a word in. That's not improv. That's somebody who's kind of like hogging the stage. So for today, we're going to be kind of give and taking information. The hardest thing to remember is don't ask questions. Now, in the beginning, it's really hard because we're all trained. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help you. But in improv, the way a question works is like this. If Katie and I are in a scene, I say, hey, Katie, where are we going to go tomorrow? And Katie says, I don't know. Where should we go? And then I say, should we go food shopping? And Katie says, I don't know. Should we go to the mall? All of a sudden, it's two people that are lost. And you never even know what the scene's about. So if you remember, the second thing would be try not to ask questions. It goes against everything we've ever trained in sales, marketing, advertising. But when it comes to improv, you want to say yes and try not to ask questions. It's also really cool if you love something or you hate something because it creates drama. So I might say like, Jean Pedro, I hate your dog. Or like, Lucas, I love your Mercedes Benz. So if you love something or hate something, it kind of gets the scene going right away. And the audience just really loves it. We also always want something from someone. So I might say, Brian, I want you to give me a raise. So if we're creating like a scene, if I want something from someone, it's immediate. You don't want to say, hey, Brian, in like 5 years, can you give me $1 raise? You want it to be like right now. The other things, again, I'm giving you a lot of rules if you remember one or two. You don't want to be lazy, drunk, or stupid because we're all super smart. It's good if you have a character that's like happy or sad. So let's try some. Brian, you want to try to do a scene with me real quick? All right. So this is just, we'll just make something up. So how about Jean Pedro? Where's a place that like Brian and I might work? A generic place. At Walmart. Okay, yeah, we work at Walmart. And Lina, oh man, what's the drama that took place? Whew. What happened at Walmart early this morning?
There were a couple of thefts, then trying to steal some of the products from the aisles.
Okay, so wait, there were what? They're trying to steal products?
Thefts.
Oh, there's thefts. Okay, so these two guys came in and they're trying to steal stuff. Okay, so we had some theft going on. So Brian, the way it's going to work, I'll do both scenes real quick. I would say to Brian, Brian, I love that you were at work early today. Brian would then just repeat that back. He'd say, yes, you love that I was early to work today. So he just repeated back what I said. And that's why I'm the boss. I would then repeat back what he just said. Yes, that's why you're the boss. And I can't believe the robbery today. He would say, yes, you can't believe the robbery today. And so you're just adding a little bit of information, but you're repeating back what the other person says. All right, so Brian, let's try it. Brian, I hate that you were late for work today. Yes, you had a good reason for being late, and that's why two guys came in here and stole $5,000 worth of merchandise. Yes, you saw them walking out of the store, and that's why I tackled them and I got myself on TV.
Yes, you did tackle them and got yourself on TV, but you ended up in the hospital after.
Yes, I ended up in the hospital, but the cool thing is I got Employee of the Month, and now I have the best parking.
Yes, you did get the best parking, and you did get Employee of the Month, but they still didn't give you a raise.
Yes, they still didn't give me a raise, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about since your dad owns this Walmart.
Yes, my dad owns this Walmart, but we're having a lot of financial difficulties, so we can't give you a raise.
Yes, you're having lots of financial difficulties and you can't give me a raise, and that's because you always come in late, and I always have to tackle the guys that steal the merchandise, and that's why I'm Employee of the Year. Okay, give it up for Brian. Give it up for Brian. Brian, how'd that feel for you?
Good.
Good, good. You did a great job of listening, because so much of improv is listening. We're also storytellers. So in storytelling, there's a beginning, middle, and end. So there's a goal, there's an obstacle, there's a resolution. And Brian and I did it really well because we incorporated the information that you guys gave us. We had this story of them coming in, the drama that took place, and then there was an end. So it's always good to have a beginning, middle, and end because as an improviser, we're storytellers. So how about if we try Abby and Shinhyu? So Abby and Shinhyu, how about Lucas? Where do they work? Oh, you work at Olive Garden. You're waitresses or waiters, and you're servers of food. And oh no, Lina, what was the drama that took place at Olive Garden today?
Oh my God.
Can't believe it.
There are two guests that are fighting with each other.
Yeah, those fighting guests, and they come in every Friday. It's crazy. All right, so yeah, it's good to have drama in these scenes, right? It's like a novella, right? But it helps you to kind of have some fuel, right? So Abby, you're going to say something that you love or hate about Shinhyu, and then just kind of try it out. So ready, go.
Things to focus on, and you did not resolve that conflict.
Tell me like what is the best solution to resolve that conflict?
Asking me what is the best solution, and I'm telling you that I don't have a best solution because it is your job to clean the plate and resolve the conflict.
Yes, it's part of my job to clean the thing and resolve the conflict, but I think that it's not fair because like we're getting the same pay. How could you you are skipping every Friday like for your personal stuff?
Yes, I did. I did skip every Friday for my personal stuff, and that's because my husband owns this restaurant.
There you go. All right, a big round of applause. Good job. Way to turn it around. It was getting really serious there. That was great. That was great. Shinhyu, how did that feel for you? Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the whole idea, with improv, it's the first thing that comes into your mind, and then the other person just has to accept that. Abby, how was that for you, Abby?
I am kind of asking a question without really asking a question, which is not good.
Yeah, do you see what happens with the question? It stalls the scene.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the scene is like, all right, then you answer it, then you make it up. Basically, you're passing the buck. Whereas if you're making a statement about yourself or the other person in improv, you are advancing a scene and you're storytelling. And honestly, the more wacky you make it, the better it is. You could say the Martians came in, the aliens came in. It doesn't matter. A dog just bit my leg. I'm in the hospital. Whatever comes to your mind, it helps to tell the story, and the other person has to justify whatever the heck you said. That's why I love doing improv. It's so fun. I never know what's going through my brain, and it's all instant and you have to justify it. That's our role as improvisers. And you'll find that, in sales, when you're talking to a customer, or if you're doing marketing, a lot of it is all about the customer listening and responding. Let's try Ishan and Lucas. And Ella, where do Ishan and Lucas work?
Maybe they both work at the Tesla.
Okay, you work at Tesla? Okay. You guys work at Tesla, you're stunt drivers. You're like the test drivers on the speed track, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And Marcus, oh man, Marcus, what went wrong yesterday at the speed track?
What?
A giraffe. There was a giraffe.
Okay.
Yeah. And Katie, what's the one word that every now and then Lucas just likes to say?
Bah.
Bah. So every now and then, Lucas, you just throw in a bah. And in improv, when there's an audience, it's great because you take these suggestions. These are called seeds. And it's the audience loves when you throw these in because then they know that you're actually listening to what their ideas were. All right, let's try a scene. So Ishan, you're gonna say something that you love or hate about Lucas, and go.
Man, Lucas, I hate that when the giraffe was trying to steal the tires, you were there taking photos and not doing anything.
Yeah, I was taking photos from the giraffes, stealing the cars. And man, it's amazing. I never saw that. I needed to take a picture of that to tell my kids about it.
I mean, I know it was cool that it was wearing them as a necklace and eating them one by one, but we needed these tires. We needed these tires to go on our fast laps.
Yeah, I know we need the tires for us for the testing, but Elon has a lot of money. He can buy other ones. What's the opportunity to have giraffes eating tires again?
Elon doesn't pay for the tires. We pay for the tires with our salaries. If we can't do the laps, we're not going to get paid.
Oh shoot, I didn't know that. Okay, I'm gonna pay more attention next time.
And then Lucas, just end it with by saying bah.
Yeah, bah.
Okay,
Sorry.
very good, very good. All right, give it up for Ishan and Lucas. I appreciate your trying, guys. Ishan, how'd that feel for you?
It was fun. I enjoyed picturing a giraffe just eating tires. I appreciate the suggestion. Yes.
And Lucas, how was that for you?
It was fun. I got stuck about the gaúchos here in Brazil. They say bah. And when Katie said that, the image on my head, like a hat.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, thanks for trying. All right, let's try a scene. How about Lena and Paulo and Anakat? Where do they work? Yeah, you guys work on Mars. You work in this clothing store. Marcus, what kind of clothing store is it again? Yeah, you sell swimsuits on Mars. And Brian, oh man, Brian, what happened yesterday in the swimsuit on Mars store? Yeah, you got your first customer. That's great. All right. And then Ella, what's the one like hand gesture that every now and then Lena just likes to do?
Choo-choo.
Yeah. Every now and then you just go choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
Yeah, for no reason, or you can work it into whatever you're saying, All right, let's try that out. So Lena, you're going to say something that you love or hate about Paulo, and go.
Oh my God, this is so hard. Paulo, I hate that you proposed that we open this clothing store on Mars. That's not a good idea because we got no customers coming in.
Yes, we don't got any customers got in, but I never thought that Elon was accept this idea at first.
Yes, we didn't know Elon's gonna accept this idea at first, but we should be careful about what we propose to him, right?
Yeah, we should be careful about what we are proposing, but I just needed that $1 million for yesterday. So that was my only plan.
Yes, the plan is good, but how could we make $1 million opening a clothing store on Mars and selling swimsuit?
Yes, I know that seems a little crazy, but somehow I could fool Elon that I could get some customer, and here's gonna be someone.
All right, very
Yes.
good, very good. I'm going to pause it right there. Give it up for Lena and Paulo. Good job, good job. I so appreciate you guys trying this. I know it's the first time. Lena, how'd that feel for you?
Feel kind of hard to process all these things like in the head and think about what to say.
Yeah.
Challenging.
It's so unscripted, I tell you. All right, well, thanks for trying. And Paula, how did it feel for you?
Well, it's a little crazy to think about like selling clothes in Mars, but that was very fun.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times I just kind of revert. I don't know if you guys have kids, but I've got a kid. And if you think like a kid, when it comes to improv, it's magical because it's
Yeah.
everything is fair game. So what I would have done is had you guys out on the stage doing your little thing. I would have maybe grabbed like Katie or Marcus, and I would have come out and just walked right in front of you, and I would have said, "Katie, what do you think of this swimsuit?" And Katie would be like, "That's fantastic. Let's get back in the rocket ship." And we would help you because we're your support team. You know, all the other actors or all the other players, we always try to help advance the scene. And then maybe we just get in our rocket ship, we blast off, and then Lena just goes, "What was that all about?" You know, and Pablo's like, "I can't believe they just came in and they didn't buy anything." So it's always just thinking like, what would be the next weird, silly, fun thing that would advance a scene because you're storytelling. And the whole idea of this exercise is to get outside of your head and get outside of always your own thoughts and try to listen to what the other person has to say, because this is all about communication. And these are just exercises to help you to do that. Let's try Binque and João Pedro and Anakat. Where do they work? Oh, underwater at the bicycle repair shop? Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, so there you are. And Brian, what country are they in? Yeah, you're off the coast of India. You're underwater. It's a bicycle repair shop. And Ella, what happened? What happened at the bike shop underwater yesterday? How were sales?
Oh, the sales was pretty good actually. I think it probably during the spring summertime, a lot of the kids come to buy the kids bicycles. They're gonna travel under the water all around. Yeah.
Yeah, and some seeds might be a submarine, a shark, a whale. Immediately when I think underwater, I'm like, okay, this is what goes through my mind before I jump on a stage. So I'm like, a shark, a whale, a fishing boat, a hook got caught in my mouth. The oxygen isn't working. There's like so many things that just you start auto generating. You become your own AI and you start thinking, oh, what would happen if I'm underwater? And it's so ridiculous, but I'm in this bike repair shop. And to take it to the next level, instead of going negative, you go positive. Maybe it's the number one underwater bike shop that has like hundreds of customers waiting to swim on up to you. So that's where I kind of go with storytelling. You're just advancing the scene in your mind, trying to come up with something that's different. All right, so João Pedro, why don't you start? You say something that you love or hate and go. Uh-oh. All right, so do this. Take out your camera right now. Take out your imaginary camera and just start taking pictures. Because, yeah, there you go. Start taking pictures because this is all about doing, right? So to start taking some photos, make in your mind, make it real like a camera or a phone, and take some photos and then comment on that. Yeah, yeah. Either one of you. And then what were you taking photos of? Tell us about it. Yeah. All right, give it up for him, guys. Give it up. Good job. Good job. Yeah, so when you bring up something like that, immediately you want to jump in and do it because so much of improv is doing, less talking about it and doing. But John Pedro brought up this whole thing of taking photos of kids. So why not just crack out your iPhone and just start taking photos and go and be like, yes, you're right. All the kids are being eaten by sharks. This is a bad sales day, right? So you got to justify right away. And they can be, hey, let me play it back to you. I love this shot of this kid being eaten. You know, next thing you know, it's, you know, it becomes crazy, right? John Pedro, how'd that feel for you? Yeah, and Big Kui, how was that for you? Yeah. Well, I give you so much credit for even trying because I know it's really hard in the beginning because we're so raised with being like this in life, and the older we get, the more you know we feel like we're in this control robot where we can only say certain things. And the whole idea of improv is the freedom to actually be able to think outside the box, to say whatever's on your mind, and have fun with it, and not have judgment with it. And that it's kind of like breaking down all the years of adulting back to kind of being a kid, but in a mature, intelligent way. Um, let's try a cool scene with Katie and Ella. And Katie and Ella, you're on the moon, and you're kind of floating. So I want you to kind of both of you, Katie and Ella, you're going to be like real slow motion floating. You're astronauts, and Marcus, what did they discover on the moon today? Yeah, you found a whale. And let's see, Lena, what's the one weird word that Katie likes to say every now and then?
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Okay.
Yeah.
And Brian, what hand motion does Ella every now and then do? Every now and then you do this. Yeah. All right. So Katie, you'll start it off. Say something that you love or hate about Ella and go.
Woohoo! There's a whale. I hate that you can't see it right now.
Oh my God! Woohoo! I cannot see how I wear the strongest glasses. How am I not able to see it?
Yes, you wear the strongest glasses. I wonder if I should be helping you take them off. I'll go do that right now.
All right, now pause the scene. And now,
No!
wait, pause the scene, Ella. Hold on. Marcus, you're going to enter the scene as the whale. So Marcus now enters along with you on the moon. And Marcus, what's your introductory line since you're the whale?
Oh wow! What a beautiful wow! We need to take a photos and videos. That's all gonna be put on the social media. Gonna be combined.
All right,
Yes,
now
we need
pause
to
the
take
scene. Wait,
pictures.
pause the scene. Anacut, I want you to just be a person who's just floating through space, and you just go from one side to the other, and you just say, "Whoop whoop! What's up, party people?" Ready? Go.
Whoa!
Yes,
Come
we should
join
take
the
a picture.
party.
How did a human
Come
arrive here? We should take pictures of her.
Yeah, like that. She also floats like another whale.
All right, Whale, you got to say something. We got to hear you, Whale.
Yes.
All right, give it up for all four of them. All four of them. Good job, guys. All right. Yeah, because in improv, what happens is, you know, you'll have Ella and Katie out there on the stage, and all of a sudden they bring up this whale. So when you say there's a whale, guess what has to happen? There has to be a whale. So then Marcus was backstage and was like, oh man, it's my chance to be a whale. So then you come out and you're like supporting character, right? Storytelling. And then out of the blue, we also like to get each other in trouble because it helps advance the scene. So Annika just comes out as this floating person, just kind of floating through the scene. You're like, what? What was that? Right? And then you have to make sense of that person because they're on the moon just floating. Maybe they were in another spaceship that crashed and they're just orbiting. So that's the fun part about improv. You know, you're always on your feet. You're always thinking outside the box and always kind of coming up with ideas. I know we're almost out of time. Does anybody have any questions about improv that maybe I can answer for you guys? Anything at all? Nothing? All right. Karina, is there anything else that you wanted to chat about before we go? Yeah, well, give yourselves a big round of applause, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed today. If you love improv, try to join like a local troupe, maybe on a Wednesday or Thursday, and get out there and have some fun and create some characters and enjoy communicating and thinking outside the box. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks,
Have a
Scott. Thank
weekend.
you.
Thanks, guys. Catch you later.